Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you have no idea who I am, my name is Chanel. I run a blog called CHANELFILES.com, and over here in this very small but growing corner of the YouTube world, we talk about God, fashion, luxury fashion. We do some vlogging. We love to work out. We love to eat healthy. We love to take care of our skin. And last but certainly not least, we love to live the blessed life. So if any of those things are of interest to you, then I would love and appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button down below. And while you're there, hit the bell notification so you're notified when I upload a new video. So as you guys can see from the title, today we are going to be talking about trends, designers, things that I am tired of seeing right now. I don't have a super long list here, but of course I did take my notes because I want to stay on track. And as I've said before in a previous video that I've done similar to this, if you have these things, if you want these things, if you like these things, sis, enjoy them. Wear them, use them, love them. This is just my personal opinion. We all have them, and that is what I'm going to be doing today. And one thing I will say, you guys, a lot of these things that I'm going to talk about that I'm tired of seeing, I think they stem from the fact that, first of all, obviously I am a content creator. Secondly, I'm a fashion writer. Thirdly, I'm a consumer. So I feel like because all of those things are a part of pretty much my daily life, I feel like I absorb a lot of this more than the average person because I'm either writing for it for my blog or my Instagram for work, or I'm just consuming it because I'm on the internet looking for stuff. So these things may not be obvious to you, but for me, I just feel like I consume a lot more fashion things more than the average person, which is why these things are on my list. So that is just something to note. That's kind of like the temperature of where I am when it comes to these things, because again, I am taking in a lot of different information from various aspects of life, I guess you could say. So that is just something to know about these particular trends and where I am kind of coming from. And of course, you are all free to tell me how you guys also feel about these trends or whatever other things you guys are overseeing right now. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I will first start off with, I guess, an item that I am needing a bit of a break from at the moment, and that is going to be the Versace platform pumps. Now, I did maybe about a month ago a write-up on Pop Sugar about the the spring summer 22 shoe trends, and let me tell you right now, platforms are not going anywhere. So this is definitely a shoe trend that we are seeing a lot of right now, and we will continue to see. However, the Versace platform pumps, oh my gosh, as beautiful as they are, if I see another pair of these shoes on my timeline, I am literally going to scream. I don't know if it's the Explore page. I don't know if it's the Instagram algorithm. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I see these shoes on my Instagram several times a day. They haven't even been out that long, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I am wrong, because I'm not sure, but I want to say maybe these were like a pre-fall shoe. And when I say to you, everyone has these shoes. They are absolutely beautiful, but girl, if I see these shoes in another color on another person, I am going to scream. So I'm over these. I'm tired of these. I'm obsessed with the platform shoe trends. But girl, if I see these shoes again on my timeline, I'm gonna scream. Next, moving on to the next brand that I am very much so tired of seeing, and I know this is gonna be a little bit of a surprise, but y'all, I am tired of seeing Bottega. I know what you're thinking, girl, you were one of the main people standing for the brand, and that is very true, and I still stand behind my standing of Bottega Daniel Lee, which we now know, of course, he is no longer with the brand. Girl, he got the boot. Nonetheless, even in my enjoyment of new Bottega and everything that, you know, Daniel had brought to the table, I definitely was burnt out. And that's partially obviously because of the consumer part of me, someone that was buying things every now and again. Girl, I wasn't out here, you know, balling and buying all the bags. But as someone who has bought, you know, a few pieces from his tenure at Bottega, I was just tired of seeing it. And I think honestly, most people can say that. And I think after a while, in my opinion, a lot of the designs became very repetitive. And this is not to say that they weren't beautiful. This is not to say that they were not fun or cool, but I definitely feel like over time, it really was just like recycled things in new colors and new finishes. And that can obviously be said for many brands and designers. Trust me when I say I'm gonna get to that later in the list. But I definitely just needed a little bit of a break, though I definitely appreciate all that he did for the brand and all the creativity and all the cool and just kind of like millennial things that he brought to the brand. I am someone that definitely still appreciates old Bottega. You guys know the very first Bottega piece that I purchased was actually a vintage bag, that super big green hobo bag that I have. That is old Bottega. I definitely will say, though I appreciated Daniel and all that he brought to the brand, I was tired of seeing it. I feel like literally everybody and their mother, I kid you not, has something new Bottega. And I just felt like, girl, if I see another mini Jody, and I was someone who did buy a mini Jody, I actually did end up selling that bag because for me, it just wasn't practical and I do not regret selling it. But I just felt like, girl, if I see another mini Jody, if I see another cassette, another chain cassette, if I see another pair of tire boots, if I see another pair of stretch sandals, net sandals, girl, if I see anything else, and this is not to say that there are not items that I would still love to get from, you know, new Bottega from when Daniel was there. Trust me when I say I have several leather pieces that I would love to get my hands on, you know, at some point. I am by no means pressed to get them right now, but overall, I think I just got very burnt out of seeing Bottega, consuming Bottega. I still love the brand. I still appreciate the brand. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing where the brand is going to go with a new creative director. I know his name is Matthew something. I can't exactly remember, but I'm actually really interested to see where they are going to go with the brand and just like how they're going to kind of navigate. Nonetheless though, new Bottega, Daniel Lee Bottega, love you down, but girl, I need a break. Next, the next item on my list is gonna be something that I own, and I kind of mentioned this in my Fall Winter 21 luxury wish list video. If you have not checked it out, I do recommend checking it out. But it is going to be my Prada Monolith boots. I told you guys that I was contemplating selling those boots. And the reason that I am debating, because I still am debating, I'm really not sure yet, to be honest, but the reason that those kind of are on my list of potential sales and obviously on this list of things that I'm tired of seeing is because that is just it. I am tired of seeing these shoes. When I purchased those boots, it was pretty much this time last year, and I want to say at that point that I had purchased them, they were out a year already. And even when I purchased them, they were still very, very hard to get your hands on. I purchased mine from the Prada store in New York. I just made a phone order and I had to wait for them and I was sent them. However, because they are so popular and because, you know, they are so in demand, obviously Prada has been putting them out a lot more. That has been making me a little bit less, I don't know, I guess desiring to wear them because I feel like everybody has them now. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying or trying to be like one of those people that are like so cool and, you know, feel like they don't want to wear everything everybody else wears, because that's not it. It is what it is. We all have, you know, a lot of the same things. At the end of the day, we're all going to wear it differently. I actually wore them maybe like 2 weeks ago to a friend's Friendsgiving. And I had them on with a really simple navy blue slip dress and an Isabel Marant leather jacket. And I felt really cute. It was definitely more of an edgy look, which is not really my personal style, but for that moment, it gave an edgier look that I'm used to, and I was really into it. And I actually said to myself when I was wearing them, like, okay, maybe I don't want to sell them. I don't know, you guys. I really am on the fence about selling them because they are such a cool boot. But I'm also very tired of seeing them. Between the tall version, which is the ones that I have, and the shorter version, I know they come in white now. And I don't know, you guys. I'm just tired of seeing them, to be honest, you guys. So the next thing on my list is not going to necessarily be like brand focus or product focus or trend focus. It's just going to be me having a little bit of a rant. So bear with me, if you will. But I feel like over the past like 6 months to a year. And let me know if I'm like alone in this. Like I said before, I have my hands in a lot of different categories when it comes to being a content creator, when it comes to being a fashion writer, as well as a consumer. So I realize that I have a little bit of a heightened sensitivity because I see a lot of these things maybe more than the average person, and I consume a lot of these things more than the average person. So I'm taking all of this into consideration. However, I just feel like everybody is wearing the same thing. Everybody is buying the same designers. Everybody's talking about the same thing. I feel like everybody's in a rush to buy it as soon as it comes out. I just feel like, do we not know that there are other designers and that there are other shoes and other bags and other clothes and things that are previous season that we can like very much so still look really cool and cute in? I don't know. Am I alone in this? Let me know down below. Maybe it's just me, but I'm honestly tired of seeing everybody wearing the same thing, you guys. So moving along to number 5, this is actually going to be a designer that ties in very perfectly with my point that I just made about everybody wearing the same things, and that is going to be Amina Muaddi. And let me say, I have a pair of Amina Muaddi shoes, okay? I have a beautiful pair of thigh-high suede boots that are fire. And I will be very honest with you, I would love to get my hands on another pair of her shoes. However, girl, I get it. Like I said, I have a pair of boots. I would eventually love to get my hands on, you know, a very simple pair, something that's not necessarily super trendy. But I also just feel like people are buying her things and a slew of other things just because everybody's wearing it, just because it's on trend, just because it's a very hyped brand. And obviously, I appreciate the brand so much so that I would purchase a pair of shoes myself. And like I said, eventually at some point, I would love to invest in another pair or two of her shoes. So again, by no means am I knocking the brand that I'm not going to spend my coins on it, because I already have. But I also just feel like she's definitely a brand that is so heavily sought after and so heavily purchased that for me, I'm just kind of like a little bit turned off by it, at least right now, which is why I have not purchased any more of her shoes, because I'm simply so tired of seeing them. So I don't know, you guys. Again, maybe I'm alone in this, but I am just tired of seeing Amina Muaddi shoes. As fun as they are, as cute as they are, y'all, there's other shoes. I promise you, there's other designers, there's other brands, guys. Last but not least, I am going to very briefly talk about this particular fashion house because it's honestly quite triggering for me, if I'm just being honest. And there's so much information on YouTube and on the internet about this that honestly, I wouldn't even do it justice. So if you are interested in more about what I'm gonna talk about, trust me, all you have to do is Google it. Nonetheless, number 6 on my list that I am just over at this point is Chanel. And like I said, I'm not even going to like deep dive into this because it's honestly not even worth my patience. But this is one particular fashion house that, in my opinion, has very clearly and boldly let us know that they gonna do what they want because they poppin'. If you are not familiar with the fact that Chanel has had several price increases just this year alone, not just like over the past decade or the past like 5 or 4 years, just in 2021 alone. And if I'm mistaken, please let me know. But I want to say just this year alone, Chanel has done what, 3 or 4 price increases. And at this point, I'm good. Like, and this is coming from someone that purchased 2 pair of shoes this year, as well as a silk scarf, which, you know, some would say, well, it's not a bag, or, you know, it's not a bigger ticket item. But at the end of the day, sis, the price increase affects everything. Now, yes, we do see a majority of the price increasing being towards the bags, because generally speaking, when people go to Chanel, they're going for the bags. Like, yes, you have some people that may go for, you know, the SLGs, or you have people that are going to go for the beauty, or shoes, or whatever it is. But a majority of people, when they go to Chanel, a majority of people that know Chanel is because of the bags. So that is obviously what the price increase is going to first and foremost affect. I just cannot get with the program. I just cannot get with the program. I cannot imagine myself walking into a Chanel store in America, because obviously the pricing is different if you are in Europe somewhere. However, I live in America, and I just can't see myself walking into the San Francisco Chanel boutique and paying $8,800 for a medium classic flat. Like, what? I can't even see myself going into a Chanel store and paying $5,000 for a mini classic flat. And these numbers that I'm giving you, they're real numbers. These are the actual prices of probably, I would say, the two most popular styles of Chanel handbags: the mini flat and the medium classic flat. And at this point, it just is like greed. To be honest, this is how I feel. I feel like this is a brand, this is a designer, this is a fashion house that is letting us know we don't care about how broke you go buying our stuff. Either you got it or you don't. Either you're gonna buy it or you're not. And obviously that is just like the baseline question. Either you got it or you don't. Either you're gonna buy it or you're not. The decision is yours. However, they have just, I don't know, like, to me, it's one thing for a brand to do the price increase because of this, because the cost of goods and materials has gone up, especially, you know, us being 2 years into the pandemic. That is actually a thing. So yes, we could break down the actual reasons why the prices are going up, but it's far beyond, okay, the cost of leather is going up, or the cost of certain hardware is going up. Because as we know, or I don't know, maybe you don't know, the quality is definitely, and I've said this before, the quality is not giving what it was supposed to give. The craftsmanship is not giving what it was supposed to give. And to be quite honest with you, the designs aren't even giving what they were supposed to give. And I won't necessarily point Chanel out for doing this. A lot of brands are doing this, but everything is recycled. To me, every time I look at, you know, the pre-spring, pre-fall, fall, winter, resort wear, it's literally the same bag in a different hardware, the same bag, the same design in a different material. And it's just kind of like, they're not even giving a reason, in my opinion, obviously. They're not even giving a justifiable reason to pay $5 grand for a mini flat, or to pay $8,800 for a medium classic flat. So, like I said, you guys, I'm not even going to spend a lot of time talking about Chanel because it's actually quite annoying. And I am a consumer of current day Chanel. I purchased 2 pair of shoes this year, as well as that like colorful silk scarf that I have. And I'm good. Like, to be honest with you, I have no desire to walk into a Chanel store and pay these astronomical, ridiculously, I don't even know, surcharged prices for a bag that is subpar quality, subpar craftsmanship, and subpar design. Now, you would say, well, Chanel, you also are someone who appreciates vintage, you appreciate older season, and that is very much so true. If you don't know, I very much so appreciate vintage, not just Chanel, but vintage, you know, most designers. That's just because aesthetically, I appreciate what they did 10 to 20 years ago. And specifically speaking about Chanel vintage, the bags 20 years ago, 15 years ago, the quality, the craftsmanship, and the originality, it just is kind of like, why would I pay for what you're giving me in 2021 that's low-key not really at all even worth half the price, if I'm just keeping it real, when I can just do my research and find a bag that everybody isn't wearing, everybody isn't talking about. I don't know. This is just me. This is just another, you know, mini rant about how I currently feel about these price increases from Chanel. And I think for me, the foundation of my like irritation with this particular brand is because you are spewing greed, yet you're not giving me quality, yet you're not giving me craftsmanship, and yet you're not giving me something that has not already been done. And again, a lot of designers are, like I've talked about in several videos, are reaching back into their archives. They're reaching back into the things that they've done 20, 15, 30 years ago, which I actually really appreciate. But it's like, why would I pay $8,800 for something when I can literally find the original version of what you're doing for probably, I would say now, maybe half the price? And this is, now that I think about it, this is actually something that's also really irritating about these constant price increases that Chanel continues to do today, because those price increases affect the vintage market. Those price increases affect the pre-loved market. So every time the girls at Chanel continue to do a price increase, the vintage bags go up, the pre-loved market goes up. So now vintage is $7,000, $8,000. Now pre-loved Chanel bags are $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. And it's like, girl, at this point, I might as well just save up for my Kelly. At this point, I might as well just save up for my Constance bag. At this point, I might as well just save up for my Birkin bag. Like, why would I even want a Chanel bag when, like, what? I don't even know, you guys. This is just me sharing with you guys how I feel. If I am alone, please say, okay, girl, well, this is just you. I'm paying that much money for a bag. But if I'm not alone, which I know I'm not alone, let me know how you guys feel about this. Because like I said, this is actually frustrating, because again, I am someone who definitely has several vintage Chanel bags on my like running wish list, and the prices of them are just like astronomical. And again, that is because Chanel, current day Chanel, continues to increase their prices. So all right, you guys, that is it. As you can see, the lighting is drastically and very quickly changing, so I am going to end the video here. But let me know down below how you guys feel about these designers or brands or things that I've talked about that I currently am over at the moment. Like I said earlier, this is just my opinion, so I hope nobody took any of this to heart. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, sis, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button down below, and while you're there, hit the bell notification so you're notified when I upload a new video. Follow me over on Instagram at CHANELFILES. Check out my blog, CHANELFILES.com. And last but certainly not least, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.